There it goes.
All right.
Here
XCOM.
Yeah.
Nostalgic indeed.
It's very nostalgic.
It's been how long has it been since we finished?
It's been a while since we finished.
Like 6 months, I think it has been, right?
Yeah, but this is coming at you live with Off the Dome reviews.
Off the Dome is back.
XCOM, Enemy Unknown. Yo, son.
Robin J.
This is hands down like one of my favorite games of all time.
All time.
Yeah.
We got something good to say about this game this time around.
Yeah. So you remember what kind of game this was, right?
Yeah, I know
what kind of game. What kind of game?
Yeah, it's RTS, real time strategy.
Not really. It's really not.
So
you don't even.
It's not. It's a strategy game.
It is a strategy game, but it's
it's turn based. It is turn based.
Thank you. It's a turn based strategy game.
Turn based strategy.
But don't immediately shut your ears to that because a lot of people don't like.
Yeah, don't make that mistake because that's what I did.
But this game is phenomenal. But I guess first and foremost, we could talk about the story, right?
Yeah, let's talk about the story.
Yeah, you know what? Like, the story for the game, it's a very simple... Aliens are coming to the Earth, and you have to kind of defend against them with your secret force of alien fighting soldiers that all the nations of the world gather together at some point to say, you know what? Some aliens might come down to this motherfuckers. We got to be ready for them motherfuckers.
Area 51 type shit.
Yeah. So it's a really basic story, but within that basic story... You get to expand and do so much with your characters, and I think like the gameplay is what really made the story come alive.
I agree with that.
You know,
like there were even specific things that you could do, like creating your own soldiers and giving them their names, and being able to customize.
Jumping the gun, son.
My fault.
You spoiling it for everybody, son. You spoiling it.
I thought it was a good transition, but never mind.
It was, but you know. I mean, nah, but talk about it.
Nah, I was done.
No, that was a good transition.
All right, fuck it,
yeah. Talk about
I like how you can, you customize your own show. Soldier, I always do that, and you can customize the colors.
Customize your soldiers. Put them in all the
No, give them your own name, and then that's more or less it. I like that. It's that little bit right there, that extra customization that makes you be able to identify.
Jay did a horrible job of selling it. So here's the deal.
I always do. I'm not good at explaining.
Here's the fucking deal. You start off with like 7 or 8 soldiers, and you send 4 of them into the first mission and shit. And then after they get back, they come back with and they level up and they get to progress and they learn new skills. And one thing that's cool is you get to change the characters' names, the first name and last name, and each one has a specific country that they come from. And then once you give one of your soldiers a name, that's your fucking brother.
That's your man.
That's what the fuck it is. Like we had fucking Reuben Walker.
Yeah, my man Reuben.
Like, here's the deal: if Reuben Walker died, we literally loaded up a previous save where Reuben was alive because we would not let him die.
We was not letting Reuben die, and that is speaking to like how we felt connected to the game and to the characters itself.
So it's like it really makes you think about the decisions you make in it when you're in actual combat and when you're doing actual missions.
Yeah, because once your soldier dies, right?
Yeah, once your soldier dies, he's gone forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's
But I guess that's a good segue into the fucking actual gameplay. Right?
I agree.
Right? That was professional shit, man. I'm just saying it was professional.
Go for it.
Look, okay, so like we said before, it's a turn-based strategy game, and a lot what that means for a lot of people is like what are your impressions of turn-based games in general?
My impression, I like turn-based games a lot, actually.
Well, turn-based strategy games.
I mean, I like them a whole lot more than real-time strategy games.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
I mean, no, because
what are some things that you think about when you think of a turn-based game? You ain't got nothing.
You're drawing a blank. I'm drawing
a
blank.
You ain't got nothing. Okay, well.
You trying to get something out of me that's not there.
It's okay. The word I was looking for was slow, right? So, like, you think, I'm just going to make a turn and I got to wait for the computer to make a turn. Well, although that is the case with XCOM, when you're making your turns and when the action is happening, you have to because you have a connection to your characters, you're really gonna be like, okay, if I move over here, Ruben could die.
Yeah,
and that's what really brings it home. And it's a very simple, easy to understand user interface, which I loved. Like, it was just 1 to shoot and 2 to go and do 2 to Overwatch and reload and blah blah blah. So it was easy to understand. And as your characters leveled up, they got more skills and it got more complicated. Like, you can really get into builds with each of your specific soldiers.
Well, to add on to the turn-based point that you made a few seconds ago, I think that as much as real-time strategy games, I can see the attraction in that. I do believe there's like a huge thing in turn-based also with the, like you were saying, like the heightened emotions and the intense decisions and everything that is. I don't want to say it's better than real-time strategy, but it's something that's underrated that wasn't, I don't think many people paid attention to before until XCOM.
Yeah. And it's like this whole notion of risk and reward. Like, you can choose. So if you're like a guy and you just want to, I'm going balls to the wall, I'm fucking rushing in. You can do that, but you're gonna get shot up and you're gonna come back bloody. And if your soldiers get shot in a mission, when you finish the mission, you go back to your base. And those soldiers are wounded and they can't fight for a certain number of days, which like that gets translated into like a quick button click or whatever. But like, you don't have to wait like real life days to use them again. But you have to really think like, okay, if he gets wounded, then I can't bring him to the next mission. And what if the next mission is hard as fuck?
And I'm gonna need I'm gonna need my sniper or whatever.
So it's a very tactical game. Destructible environment for the most part. Like, you can fucking blow off like the entire wall of a building and shit. So you really gotta decide. But I guess that was a good fucking segue to talk about the base, right?
Yeah, let's talk about the base. It wasn't, but let's talk about the base.
Well, fine. Apparently it wasn't a good segue, but let's talk about the fucking base. So it's kind of like an ant farm, basically. Yeah. You get this fucking cross-section view.
It's all underground.
Of your underground facility, where you have to micromanage your research. You have to build new facilities for your base, and you get to upgrade your squad members and your soldiers. And then like when you're out of a mission, that's where you really get to customize your soldiers.
See? your soldiers.
No, I was trying to say soldiers the way you want to. So the base component is actually one of the bigger components of the game, because if you it is possible to kind of lose at the game because as you do missions, you're depending on where the aliens are attacking, if you defend a country that has a low level of panic, then other countries, their panic increases, because they give you like a list of 3 places that are being attacked, and you have to choose which one you're going to help. So if a country's panic reaches max by the end of the month, they'll just be like, y'all ain't helping me, so I'm out of here. And then you don't get any more funding from them, and that translates into you can't buy new guns, you can't build new facilities. So you really have to think about, where am I going to attack next? What facilities am I going to build? What research am I going to do? And it all the micromanaging plays a role, and you really feel like
hours in your base, actually customizing it and everything.
Yeah, we spent a lot of fucking time in there in our playthroughs, and a lot of it we actually cut out. Because we spent so much time.
But it's very important. It's very important.
But it's not boring though. That's the thing.
No, because you're customizing to your specific playstyle, and I think that's always fun. In one way or another, because you feel connected to it, and that's how you play. How you set that up is different from literally everybody else who's going to set it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
It's fucking amazing.
It's beautiful.
It's fucking incredible.
It's beautiful.
It's fucking incredible. It really is incredible. I mean, like, what else is there to say about it other than it's fucking incredible? I think. Well, I mean, one thing that's cool about it's pretty much a 100% single player game. They have multiplayer. Yeah, where you get to like make a squad of random characters, and you get to choose their loadouts and shit like that. And you can even play as the aliens. But the one thing about it, the multiplayer, it felt like an afterthought. It was a little unfinished. It
wasn't as well. The production value wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't as well thought through. Like there were no leaderboards. There was no. There was no real. Like if you were a competitive player, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be at the top of the leaderboard. Like there's none of that. So
I got you.
So like it's fun to fight against somebody else to see if your tactics are out there.
But the single player is where it's at.
Yeah, the single player is the main draw for this game. It's definitely. I think it took us.
It took us like 7-8 sessions.
Which I think that amounted to like, I don't know, 10, 15 hours.
Yeah. It was about 10 to 15 hours. Pretty extensive playthrough, which is considering because I'm the console guy. Like your average playthrough on any console game nowadays is like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty short. Yeah. But I would say it actually has replayability considering the story is so basic. The one thing that changes with each playthrough, the one thing they added with the patch is when you start a new game, you can choose after you beat the game once. When you start a new game, you can turn on a bunch of extra settings that make the game like obnoxiously more difficult, and it changes things around. Like crit modifiers are different, and there's one that's really cool. As your soldier gets more injured, their aim gets worse. So it's like they're really getting hurt, and now they can't shoot as well. Yeah. So like all of your decisions are that much more important. So it definitely has replayability. I tried it with like all of the options checked, and by like the 5th hour, I was fucking punching myself in the balls because it was so difficult. But,
damn. So I mean, to relate it to something else or give people an idea, it's like turning on skulls in Halo.
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely it's a challenging game. It's easy to figure out, like, because I'd never played a game like this before, but I picked it up and I was like, "Yo, this is fucking incredible."
Right? Because I don't like strategy games in general, mainly because I'm not good at strategy games.
He's got no strategy.
I got no strategy. But the one strategy game that I do love is Civilization Revolution for the console, which is another turn-based game. Right. And this reminds me of that a little bit. And for a guy that doesn't really like strategy games, I actually like this game a lot. Between you having to customize it, or you getting the option to customize your soldiers that you care for, and the story and the weight of your decisions, I'd say this is definitely one of the best games that came out last year.
Yeah. I mean, what would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10?
Give it a solid 9.2. 9 point.
That's serious.
I give it like 9.2. Yeah,
that's very serious.
No, I actually like this game. That's good. I really like from the backseat. Of course, I like this game a lot.
Right. Me, I would give it. I'm gonna give it a fucking 9. I'm gonna give it a 9 just from playing it myself. There were a few things that could have worked a little better. Like the game is it has a Z-axis, so you can like run upstairs and shit. And there were times when it was difficult to select which floor you wanted to get to, and stuff. But it's very minor things. It wasn't like anything that was like, oh my gosh, they need to patch this now, or I'm not playing anymore. So like aside from a few minor glitches, I really loved this game, and I would recommend it to anyone, even if you aren't like a hardcore gamer. The game. Like, if you play it on normal difficulty, which was what I did initially in my first playthrough, it was easy to learn, and it was incredibly fun. Oh. So I give it a solid 9.
That's all you can ask for nowadays, people. Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? It don't get no better than that.
Games that's coming out nowadays, they
whack. Just watch our God Mode video, and you'll know what we're talking about.
They ain't got the same production value as every other game out there.
But yeah, I mean that's XCOM.
That's XCOM.
And that was straight off the dome too. You know what I'm saying? We ain't
We got no script, people.
We ain't even like I haven't played this game in months just because I've been playing other shit. It's not because I don't like it. I just been playing other shit.
Yeah,
and we just like too. We are spitting off all the shit that we remembered that was fucking incredible about this game. Yeah. And I think that's what really fucking counts. You know,
like you're getting stuff here that you wouldn't normally get in like an official review, because being that this is unscripted, you're getting like little nitpicky things here and there.
Exactly, you're getting the real shit.
The game. Yeah, like that might be forgotten elsewhere.
Exactly,
so, and that's what we offer. That's what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
Don't review.
Like if you were talking to your boy right now, he would have said the exact same shit.
Just imagine any friend.
So we your boys right now.
That's exactly what it is. We your boys, and we tell you about this new game. game, and it's like now it should be like $30, right? Maybe?
I think it's 40.
Oh, no, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not
and
bad.
It's got one DLC expansion pack, which was pretty fun.
Not bad at all.
It was like $15 or something. But yeah, that's fucking XCOM. Go buy it, have some fun.
Off the dome reviews.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys. Robin J signing out.